Welcome to a Kingdom of Heroes Spotlight featuring Jahra, the Descendant of the Djinns. Jahra is a healer from the fire element. She has a variety of support skills that all help to keep your team alive and stronger for longer periods. She's one of the more versatile heroes in the game and proves to have a lot of use in both PvE and PvP. Jahra's skill 1 is a single target attack that can reduce the target's attack at a 75% chance max. This also deals more damage the higher the target's max HP, which gives her a little bit of a punch while still being able to play her role as a support. Her skill 2 is a single target heal that heals 45% at max. If the target is at below 35% health, this heals for an additional 20% and reduces the skill's cooldown by 1 turn. This skill runs on a 3-turn cooldown, which is a bit longer than most healers since most of them either have a 2-turn cooldown or an easier cooldown reduction mechanic. An example for this would be Vivian, which reduces her heal's cooldown by 2 turns if she uses it on someone with a continuous recovery buff, something that Vivian also provides. Jahra's skill 3, her awakening skill, allows her to extend buffs on her and the allies around her for 2 turns, and if there is no existing buff, she increases their speed instead for 3 turns. This is what sets her apart from all the other healers, because this gives her a lot of room to play around different kinds of buffs. It's most commonly used to extend invincibility buffs, which is probably the strongest buff in the game. We'll talk more about this later. Her 4th skill is a leader skill that provides a 35% boost in defense. This applies everywhere, which allows you to play around different contents without having to worry about not having a leader skill. It's also great for PvP, especially when used in a tanky team. Just like most healers, she's best runed on Swift. This allows her to cycle through her skills faster, especially because her single target heal is on a 3-turn cooldown. You'd also want her to be tanky, so runes like Life and Stone Skin are a good pair for her. You could also build her full tank without speed so long as your setup is comfortable with it. My recommended build would be Swift paired with Energy or Stone Skin with HP or Def on slots 2 and 6, Speed on slot 4, and a bunch of HP and defense substats. It's not really worth it giving her Accuracy for skill 1 as it is pretty much just a bonus on her kit, and it's also not worth it to give out tankiness and speed for resistance. Though however you may build her, one thing to make sure is that you speed tune. If your goal for her is to extend buffs, she has to be the last one to go. What this means is that you either have to make her super slow, or everybody in your team has to be fast. Jahra synergizes with pretty much anyone that has a buff. This could be a self buff or buffs that affect the entire team. One of the more notable synergies that she has is with Freya. Freya has a buff that makes everyone around her invincible for 1 turn, which Jahra can extend to 3 turns. This can truly make a lot of the game's content much easier and almost feel like cakewalk. An example for this would be to tank hard-hitting stages in the Tower of Arrogance. Most of the bosses in the tower hit like a truck, so this amplifies the value of invincibility by a lot. Outside of PvE, this also proves to be a really strong strategy for PvP where every turn can make a difference. The Jahra and Freya combo works really well for both arena defense and offense, so you definitely get a lot of mileage just by exploiting the 3-turn invincibility. And if that's not good enough for you, it's definitely possible to stay invincible forever by using heroes with cooldown reductions like Demeter and Circe. Jahra is surely one of the more fun and useful heroes to play around in the game. She proves to be one of the better 5-stars and holds her own throne as a buff extender. She's very versatile, and that by itself gives her a spot for both PvE and PvP, so if you have her, definitely make use of her awesome kit. And that concludes this spotlight for Jahra. Stay tuned for more spotlights by subscribing to this channel and hit that bell icon so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. If you want to go the extra mile and support me, consider giving this video a like or a share, as it immensely helps me get my stuff out there. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me in the comments and I will get back to you as soon as I can. But for now, I am out and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.